Review CNAB-Sec 369. I guess that's the meta issue before we decide to open the PR. So I guess let's look at that. Okay, so I got the airgapped stuff. I need to fix some things.
There are very minor things, and then after that, I think both Chris and I approved it. I think it needs one more spec maintainer. I don't think Chris is technically a spec maintainer. So let me take an action item to ask one of the spec maintainers about it.
Okay. I didn't link to it, but it's basically 370. Okay. Let me link to it so I know what's going on.
And then I also opened oh, that was merged. Nice.
What was merged? Sorry.
What was it? Oh no.
What
375.
Yeah. 375. What's that? Okay, let's see.
I just linked it here. Just moving 305 to 806, I think.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. And then 805. 304 to 805. The main question then, your next item was right about registries which support Signy. This suddenly doesn't become urgent anymore because it's not part of the spec specifically. It's going to be part of the non-normative section, so we can update it essentially anytime.
Okay, so I'm just gonna link. Why didn't you make a note there then?
Yeah, I'm writing notes here.
Okay. I mean in the PR, just so I guess I'm gonna cross it out and say done, or at least strike it out.
Yep.
Again,
I apologize for the keyboard. I now realize that it's gonna sound awful over there.
Why? What's up with the keyboard? Oh no, you didn't do it. You did.
Oh, I've had it for a while. I just try to avoid typing while I'm unmuted. Yeah, so if you could have a look at 375, mainly because it touches on the security spec, and then
okay, yeah, 370 is very easy. I'll fix that. 375, what's going on here? Okay. I don't even see what's changed. Okay, asterisk to hyphens.
Okay. That's auto, and I think I'll probably have to do that across the security spec. That's just auto formatting, and I think everyone across the security spec, it's hyphens, not stars. So I think we'll have to be consistent as well. But other than that, the only thing that's different is moving the file over.
Hold on, how are we gonna, so all these are formatting changes. Okay, signing workflows, 806. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna mark the first one as having seen 301. So basically you're saying 301 metadata repositories, just formatting, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark it as viewed. 302, signing workflows, formatting, 806. Okay, and then
the only thing that have changed are moving the file and then the URLs for it. I moved the URLs for 305 no implementations to 805, 806.
So readme, where's readme.md? I see, so that's the site. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, looks good to me, approved. Wait, hold on, what does it say?
Although I might have made a mistake.
Hold on, it says wait 805, that's wrong.
Yep, that's exactly what I was looking at right now, and it's 806. I'll update that.
Okay. Is there like an 800 that we need to update the readme to? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. For 800, 800s are not linked together. They're only.
So there's no 800 saying here's 801, here's 802.
No, just the README. In the root README.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks good to me. So I'm just gonna mark 806. Okay, cool. So done. I've reviewed 375. 370. I guess I might as well fix it now. Let me do that if you don't mind me
Sure.
going silent. I'm a bit tired today. I don't even know why. Okay. How are things in San Francisco? Good?
I wouldn't know. I don't go out that much.
Yeah, me neither. I know the feeling. Get fetch upstream.
Yeah, let me update that as well since we're here.
Okay. And then what I want to do is check out what do I want to check out to? I don't even know what it's called. Airgapped? I think, yeah, that's right. Yes, correct. Okay. So what's missing is user uses 805. Okay. Where? Where does the user uses? Oh, so that's the knit. Okay, so what should we do? Yeah, I know. It's terrible. I know it doesn't roll off the tongue, but I don't know what to say. Let me see. First option is that the user. The first option is the use there. Okay, great. Now what? VDICE, one link needs attention. Why? Missing link for known implementations. Where? Ooh, he's right.
That's gonna be fixed by my PR, so don't worry about it.
Oh, really? You sure?
I'll have to. Yeah, I'll have to rebase for it anyway. It's
Okay.
it's supposed to link to 304, and now it's linking to 805. So
Oh, yeah,
don't worry
great.
about
Okay.
it.
Okay, and please fix the first link too, which it points to the wrong one, not even MD.
Let me have a
You know
look
what I
at
mean?
that. No, where is that?
If you look at the first option, the second option, well, the first option, first of all, doesn't link to a .md, so it's just wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And then apparently there's conflicts. I don't even know why. Master. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to rebase. What do you mean this conflict? Both modified 300. Okay. Pray do tell, where is the conflict? Boy, that is a tricky conflict. Okay, fixed. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I need to force this. Boy, isn't Git fun?
Well, the
Okay,
workflow for this is, yeah, I find it funny how I use the exact same workflow every time.
and you still mess it up, right?
It's still, well, I just need one commit. I don't want to have 6 commits with fixes and then I have to amend the commit, and it's always the exact same workflow.
Yeah. At least I sign everything now. I sign off everything, even private stuff,
Right,
just to avoid that DCO bot.
but when you rebase something,
Oh, that's the worst. You need
you
to,
lose the
yeah.
actual signature, so you have to manually amend a rebased or a
Oh
squashed
yeah.
commit or something.
Oh yeah. And now I do. Now Git gives you more options. When I git pull, I rebase everything, so that's nice. I automatically rebase. The problem with that is that it tries to promise I got git commit signing turned on, so that's pretty bad.
Yep, I try to avoid rebasing and pushing. I just squash everything or cherry pick my changes, or yeah, I try to avoid merging, rebasing locally. Have a deep distrust in that
No,
process.
you're right. But now the git pull behavior changed, right? Even if you're in the master, for example. So it what did it used to do previously? It didn't used to rebase.
I think it used to merge by
I think
default.
it used to merge. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So discuss. I'm gonna close that. Yeah, I think it just needs approve. So should I ping people?
Yeah, I think we can ping them in CNAB for both 370 and 375. They're in the same state. They both have one approver, and they have both been reviewed. And I think they're the last things before opening the vote, which I will do right after this meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Thanks.
I don't think there's anything else, right?
No, that's it. I looked at it. It makes sense. I mean, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with the thing.
And that's what we aim for.
Yeah. Because I'm implementing it now. I'm like, okay, I know exactly how to do this. It should work.
Yep. Excellent.
That's the thing I wanted to do next. But let me move the card to review. It's done. I've already done it.
Ooh, and then there's a Signy PR. Excellent. Steve Lasker asked on Monday what's been going on with Signy. And I think the only big change that's been going on since we last spoke with that group about Signy is the delegation stuff that you've been working on.
Yeah.
So would you talk to the people for like 10 minutes or so, given in their agenda in the Notary meeting?
Sure.
Would you be okay with that, or do you want to do something else?
Yeah. Let's what do you call? Yeah, let's add it to the agenda. Should we do it right now?
Yeah, we can, I think.
But I don't want to add it yet until I think we can finish it this week, but I don't want to.
Okay, I did mention that I wasn't sure whether we could do it next Monday. I think I gave us a bit of room for 2 weeks from now, so I think we should be good to add it.
A demo is better. I'd much rather not just talk about theory. I want to like show them, hey, look, here's Signy. It works with Notary V1. We had to do all this thing, so it'd be nice if we had this in Notary V2.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, let's okay. So that's a good idea. Do you want to talk about the PR?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Let me share my screen. Oh, I can't share my screen, can I?
No. I'm looking at the changes. I'm looking at the side-by-side changes now.
Okay, so if you look at PR 80 in Signy, what's going on? Okay, so yeah, it's interesting. So we're reusing the targets releases key now. What does that mean? The same way that we reuse the top level root and targets key everywhere. Same logic.
Yeah.
Not pretty, but it works. Basically, we have to hack around Notary V1, but it works. That's another thing that we should talk about in Notary. It's the ability to reuse keys. This is very important. If they're talking, they're rightfully concerned by usability, and this is the sort of thing that we need, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think this discussion has been tabled in Notary V2 mainly because people are not there, but I think they're definitely open to this discussion.
Yeah, in fact, let me add it right now before I forget. Is CNAB and Notary V2? Where's the agenda? I need to find it. Sorry, give me 1 minute.
The
I
Notary
want to
V2
add it to
agenda?
yeah, before I forget.
Yeah, I can get the URL for that.
Okay, I think I found it. Okay, there it is. June 15, no, June 22. Okay, so all right. Oops. Is it me or is HackMD gotten slower? Okay, June 22. Agenda. Okay, what I want to say is like preliminary sharing of Signy and Notary V1, I guess. Okay. Experience of
Key management in Signy and Notary V1.
yeah. Okay, so the first thing is reusing keys is important. Okay, what's the next thing in this PR? Investigate how to name in total files. What does that even mean? Yeah, so I learned something very interesting. I was like, wait a minute. So the MVP, at least 301, talks about if you take a look at the delegations, right? Take a look at the delegations in extending the MVP. Here's the link. Take a look at the picture. We talk about it like in terms of file systems.
Yeah.
Right, so we're saying the targets will be called, I don't know, example, bundle in total metadata, whatever, .link, right?
Right.
And the question is, wait a minute, how the hell do you do this with Notary? It wasn't clear, so I did some research, found out actually Notary V1 is rather general. It's actually quite well done in that sense. I am able to. So here's the interesting thing. We only look at how Notary, the command line exposes. What it exposes is a subset of what Notary, the backend, can actually do. The client can actually do.
What do you refer to specifically?
So if you look at Notary, when you use the CLI, typically it lets you, and you look at the metadata, you're like, huh, it only looks like Notary can add literally just tags. That's it. Tag names as the target, you know, but actually it can be any damn string you like, including a path.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm just literally putting in the path file names like I recommend in the MVP, right?
Nice.
So that's great. You can actually do that. So that's good to know. Otherwise, then you think about if it's only tags, you're really very restricted about what you can describe in the metadata. You see what I'm saying? Like that would have been a bummer. Like we would have had to do terrible workarounds that look like tags but are not actually tags.
Yeah.
That would have been a very unhappy situation. Thankfully, no. So let me write that down too. Should I say, fortunately, V1 does not restrict targets to tags. And then the next thing in the PR, what did I do? Delegate. Yep. This was also quite nice, quite fairly straightforward. At least I got a code running. Who knows what the actual metadata looks like? I need to see it after this, right?
The add to delegation part.
Yeah. So okay, let me see if I can point you to the code in the. Well, just take my word for it. Let's do the high level part. So basically, I delegate all bundles and links to target releases. Okay.
Yeah.
and I delegate. Something I didn't mention here is that implicitly what that means is that the root layout and pub keys are gotten from target, but that'll happen during verification. The only thing the machine gets to sign is bundles and links.
Nice.
That's the only thing you trust it for. Okay, so then I'm signing the bundle in the machine role, releases role. I have tested both of this. So basically this is just the tough code path.
Yeah.
I implicitly tested this, that I signed bundle and then I verified the bundle. So this is just tough stuff, okay?
Yeah.
We don't use targets or anything. And get the gun, no need for tag. Yeah, this is something, a note for myself. I found that I don't need the tag alone. I actually need the gun to add a lot of this target to the metadata. Make sense? Because I'm qualifying everything by the gun.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's how it used to work before. It just this part was hidden before get targets with versions or something like that. It was just the behavior was there, just hidden behind a different function exposed there.
Gotcha. And I don't think we strictly need this. Of course not, because you're getting it from that gun repository, right? But whatever, it helps to reason about the code. We can get rid of it. So what I'm doing now is, I believe I've done this. Hold on, let me take a look at what I did last night. It's going into midnight because that was fun. Let's see, what did I do last night? Last night, what I had gotten working was sign links and targets releases. Okay, so I've got this going. And I wish I could share my screen because I wanna show you the example metadata. So what I've done, this one can be checked now. I've done this. Okay? And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna sign the layout and pub keys and targets.
Which one can be checked?
So I've got the links and targets releases.
Nice. Okay, so right now you're using the delegated key in Notary to sign links.
Correct. Yeah.
That's the biggest part, I think. And then the next one is sign layout.
And pub keys and targets. Let me show you what the metadata looks like, just so we're on the same page. I don't be like, I do all this and then we go like, wait a minute, we have some disagreements here.
So I think you can paste it in HackMD.
Oh God.
That's a very 2001 solution.
Oh God. Okay, let's try this. Jesus, it's gonna paste it into the Notary V2 one.
Or just send me on Slack. I think that would be easier.
I'm gonna do Slack, man. It's too experimental for my taste. Okay, let's see. All right, do you see what's going on?
Yep.
All right, so I know it doesn't actually look like that. That's just to make the, you know how if you choose the file type as JSON, it complains about syntax errors. So, but anyway, if you look at the first key, imagine that that's the target's JSON file.
Yep.
In fact, ignore that first. Let's take a look at targets releases.
That's that's the actual repo tag, right?
It's the repo tag. What do you mean?
Yep. It's the actual bundle in the registry.
Yes. We don't just call it latest. We fully qualify it by the gun.
And there was a discussion. I don't think you should address it right now, but I think there was a discussion, an open discussion, whether or not to allow latest as a signable tag.
Sure. I mean, but you get the idea, right? Whatever you call the tag. This is just for informational purposes. Okay, so we call it tag latest or whatever it is, V1 or version number. You get the idea, right? Whatever a valid tag is.
Yep.
So take a look at the custom metadata. You got a usual hashes and length. That's the tough stuff.
Yeah.
And custom, it says, here's my root layout and here are all the links that you need to verify me.
Yep.
Okay. And then where would you get that? Well, the link you would get in the releases file itself. And it gives you nicely the hash and length. And then the question is, what is the hash and length of? Well, it's the hash and length of the data and the in toto and the custom. Because right now we don't store it as individual OCI artifacts, which we long-term should. But right now I'm just keeping your schema of just sticking in the file in there as data.
Yep.
Right? But we can easily change this in the future.
Yeah, I'm thinking about ways in doing that coherently in Signy, in which Signy would support both reading the links directly from the custom section
Oh, I
and
see.
pulling it from an OCI artifact or just downloading it from a URL. So I think we could have multiple ways of doing this
Okay.
in
Okay.
Signy specifically.
Yeah, or we could be opinionated too, right? We're really quite opinionated in like
Yeah.
reusing keys, for example. So it's not. I don't think anyone's. When people complain, now we can think about it.
Yeah. The main thing I have in mind here is what you were mentioning with file sizes.
Yeah, it's gonna blow up. Trust me,
Yeah.
from experience, it's gonna blow
Yeah.
up. So I think having a good lightweight default makes sense. That's
Yeah.
just me though. But anyway, you can see how this is quite nice, ties together quite nicely. Oh, I get the link here. Okay, great, I got it. Now, what if you go up? Where do I get the root layout? So this is where with the hard-coded verification part, right? We know that anything that ends with layout, we will find the targets key, targets role.
Yeah.
And there it is. There's the hash. There's the data and the custom and the in total. But
And
you'll
the data
notice
is
it'll
the actual root layout,
is
right?
actually root layout, yeah.
And this is signed using the targets key.
No, it's interesting. So you see it points to its pub keys.
Oh, and it's
Just another
it's
target
yeah.
in the target file itself. And then the data file also encodes the public key itself.
The public key, right? Yeah. Okay. This
Make
looks
sense?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, this is quite general, I think. Like it will, you can associate different in total keys with root layouts, and nobody needs to worry about it. It's like all that's taken care of for you. The
Yeah.
only thing I need help with, so I don't know how much time you have, and we can split the work, but I need help. So I'm going to be done with the signature part today. So if you go back to 80 and signing, I'm going to be done signing the layout and pub keys and targets, right?
Yeah.
What I need help with is doing the verification part. Because I need to switch to another project and work, and I don't want to languish. So I don't impose anything on you. No obligations, of course. This can always wait.
Yeah.
I can switch back to it next week. But if you have the time, I would really, really appreciate it if you could take a look at the verification part, which hopefully shouldn't be too onerous. And I can send you pointers into how Notary does it too. But I don't think we need the full generality of that.
Yeah, I'll try to have a look at it this week, and then at the least we can pair on it late next week or the week after that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I don't think we unfortunately can't present the code next week, and that's fine. But hopefully, if we can knock it out next week, hopefully we can show the Notary V2 after that.
Yeah, and even I don't think people are interested in seeing the actual code anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
That meeting doesn't necessarily strike me as a meeting where people want to see code, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I think, well, whether or not they want to see code, I think they're actually itching to using it in the positive sense of the word to get an implementation started. So if they see something working, they'll be excited.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think out of everyone there, almost everyone there, I dare say we have a lot more experience in Notary than anyone else.
Well, we actually had to implement stuff based on Notary, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just using Notary. We had to, do custom new stuff. So these are all the pain points that we can, Okay, cool. So I will get the signing part, the last signing part out done today, and then I can discuss with you what help I need next.
So
Does that sound good?
I think how this is going to work is I'm going to start reviewing the part of the PR that you have working, and that will help me understand what's going on, how everything links together. And then once I do that, I can have a look at verification, and we can pair whenever you have the time for it. So I think it's going to work out rather well.
Great. Yeah. Let me finish the last signing off thing. I'll send it to you, and then you should check. Up to you. However you like. Okay.
No,
great,
definitely.
Great.
And then Yeah, I'll ping Vaughn to give me some help with branching and tagging and everything that has to be ticked off for the actual 1.0 PR, the
Yeah.
discussion we've had last week, and then ping people for reviews.
Okay, sounds good.
This is excellent. This is so much better than I expected.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah, I'm quite excited about this too. I'm sorry this took so long, but just bouncing between projects here and there, but better late than never.
Oh, definitely. This is excellent. Thank you.
No, no, thank you. Couldn't have done it without your groundwork. So I think where I would like to go from here. So once we get this MVP out, right? We're so close. I think we would have actually given Notary V2 a good start, like to think about how to build Notary V2.
I um I think that makes sense from our perspective. I would have no hopes in what the Notary V2 group deems as a starting point. I don't know. It would be great if at least the key management experience with
Yeah,
Enforce V2.
right.
I wouldn't put hopes into any of that.
Yeah, because they're talking about starting an implementation by the end of the year, but like can be done.
It
But we
definitely
just
can, but it's I don't know. I have whenever, and this is gonna get recorded, so it's there for posterity. Whenever there's a large group of people trying to design a very large project, it's gonna take a while, and people are gonna have lots and lots and lots of different opinions. And I don't think I think people are gonna be excited about the delegation specifically, but I'm not entirely sure everybody on the call necessarily has had to deal with the pain of all the keys that Notary V1 had to manage. So I don't know.
right. Yeah, yeah. Except for Justin Carmack, I think.
Yes, definitely, Justin.
What do you call? Yeah, I suspect you're right. Well, here's what I will say. I think personally, at least, because I will need it soon, is to design at least my own Notary V2 and see where it takes an experiment. I'm not gonna call it Notary V2, but
Yeah,
it's a possible implementation, and then see where it goes.
it's still unclear to me how they plan on storing everything, and I think that's what's unclear in the entire discussion. I mean, um, will everything be an artifact? Will stuff be stored separately? It's still rather unclear.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
So I think, in my opinion, it's going to take a little while. I think the key management part can be it can be used as is, right, in Signy after the PRs merge, but there's so many other things that have to be decided until we can have a discussion about key management that I think is going to take quite a bit of time to get
Hmm? What do you mean by the other things?
there. Where do you store targets files, for example?
You mean on the registry?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see.
By
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean is that by the time this discussion becomes relevant, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, but that to me is like I don't get it. Right now, I mean, we can start the meeting right here and tell me, I'd rather use the time for something else.
Yeah,
But I mean, in my opinion, that is not at all the hard part. That's just adding a new API to. But I guess easier said than done.
that's the thing, right? Whenever right now every major cloud provider implements the registry, there
Yeah,
are a
that's
dozen
right.
other uh, container registries asking everybody to use a new version that's incompatible with the previous. That's going to be a big ask. So that's why
Well, it's
people
not
are.
incompatible, right? It's just that if you don't know that there's this new API, call it slash stuff, whatever, exists to get metadata, I mean, you're blissfully ignorant of it. Like, it shouldn't be backwards incompatible, is what I'm saying, if we do it right.
Yeah, but Notary specifically is going to be backwards incompatible. V2 from
Notary.
V1. The notion of signing container images, for example, is going to
Yeah,
be.
but if you don't use it, that shouldn't affect you, right?
That's right. but
If you just
but cloud providers have to implement it, so they're gonna have to change significant parts of their service.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying there are already people using Notary V1. They're like suddenly you have to do all this different
Not
thing.
even people offering it as a service.
Yeah, like Harbor, for example.
Yep,
Right.
yep. So it's
I
going to
see.
be a significant change for a lot of organizations.
We're gonna try it. So if you notice, the Harbor people are conspicuously missing from the Notary V2 meetings, unfortunately, because the
They
time zone
are,
just doesn't line up.
yeah.
So Marina and I will be talking at CNCF China, like late July, early August. So we'll try to rope him there.
They're also fairly active in the CNCF Slack, so I think
Are
posting
they?
some of the stuff there. Yeah. I've had some questions about Notary in Harbor, and they were rather helpful, and CNAB as well. So
Oh, which channel was this?
there's a Harbor channel in
I'll join
CNCF
Harbor.
Slack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they're there most of the time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. That's it from me. I will ping you when my PR is ready.
yep, and I'll ping everybody else when the voting PR is ready as well.
Yes. Sounds good.
Okay. See you online then. This was
Okay.
excellent.
Thanks. Thanks, my friend. You too.
Have a
You
great
too.
day.
Ciao. Ciao. You too.